My parents spent my $50,000 college fund on a boat, so I called Grandma. The card reader made a sound that I will hear in my nightmares for the rest of my life. It wasn't a beep. It was a low, flat thud of a noise, accompanied by a flashing red light that seemed to sear my retinas. "I'm sorry, honey," the woman behind the glass partition said. Her name tag read Brenda, and she had the kind of pity in her eyes that you usually reserve for stray dogs or people who trip in public. "It says, insufficient funds. Do you want to try another card?" I stared at the little black device. My hand was shaking so bad that when I pulled my debit card out, I almost dropped it. That can't be right," I stammered. My voice sounded thin, like it was coming from someone else in the room. "There's a trust. It's the education trust. My grandmother set it up. There should be $48,000 in there." Brenda typed something on her keyboard. Clack clack clack. The sound echoed in the silent administrative office. It was Friday, January 23rd. Classes started Monday. If I didn't pay the semester tuition by 5 p.m. today, I was automatically unenrolled. My dorm key would be deactivated. My meal plan wiped. "I see the account linkage," Brenda said, squinting at her screen. "The jumbo savings transfer. But the source account declined the transaction. The balance in the linked trust is $11.42. The room spun. I mean that literally. The beige walls of the bursar's office tilted on their axis. I had to grip the counter to keep from sliding onto the linoleum floor. $11. There must be a mistake, I whispered. My parents manage that account. It's locked until I'm 25, but they release the tuition every semester. They must have moved it to a different holding account for interest or something. "You can step outside and call them," Brenda offered gently. "But the office closes in 2 hours. You need a confirmation number by then, Alex." I walked out into the hallway. The air in the university administration building was stale, smelling of floor wax and desperation. I pulled my phone out of my pocket. It felt heavy, like a brick. I dialed my dad. He answered on the second ring. I could hear wind in the background. Rushing wind, and music. Classic rock. "Hey, champ," Dad shouted. He sounded happy. Too happy. Ready for the new semester. Hitting the books. "Dad," I said, leaning against the cold brick wall of the hallway. "I'm at the bursar's office. The tuition payment declined." "Oh," he said. The enthusiasm evaporated instantly. "Yeah, about that. I felt the heat rising in my neck, a prickling sensation that started at my collar and crawled up into my scalp. "Dad, there's $11 in the account. Where is the money? School starts Monday." "Listen, Alex," Dad's voice shifted. He put on his sales manager voice, the one he used when he was trying to convince a client that a hidden fee was actually a feature. "We had to move some assets around. Liquidity is a bit tight right now with the market and everything. Your mom and we had to make an executive decision." "What decision?" I asked. "Grandma left that money specifically for school. It's in a trust. It's a family trust, Alex," he snapped, defensive now. "And we are the family. Look, we've been working hard. You know how stressful this year has been. We needed something restorative. We borrowed the principal." "You borrowed $50,000. I shouted. A passing student looked at me, startled, but I didn't care. "For what? Is the house in foreclosure? Did someone get sick?" "Lower your voice," Dad hissed. "We didn't lose the house. We bought a boat." I stopped breathing. For a full 3 seconds, my lungs just refused to draw air. "A boat," I repeated. "A 2026 pontoon," he said, the excitement bleeding back in. "The SS Freedom. Leather seats, wet bar, 300 horsepower engine. It's beautiful, Alex. We're towing it up to the lake house right now. That's the wind you hear. We're on the highway. You spend my tuition on a pontoon boat. Before I tell you about the absolute nuclear winter that was about to descend on my parents, you need to understand something about my grandmother. Margaret isn't the type of grandma who knits sweaters and slips you a $20 bill. She is the matriarch of a steel manufacturing dynasty. She buried 2 husbands, tripled her inheritance, and sues contractors for sport if they show up 10 minutes late. She views money as a contract, and family loyalty as a law. My father thinks he's the king of his castle, but he forgot that he's living in his mother's kingdom. And the one thing Margaret hates more than losing money is a breach of contract. And the SS Freedom isn't just be a boat, it will be the most expensive mistake my father ever made. Click here to watch full video.